everybody? Welcome to Birds of the Roundtable. Today, we're going to have some fun. We are doing a all-time football movie and TV character draft. The best characters from movies and TV into one NFL roster. It's going to be a live snake draft. Guys, if you're watching this live, please be sure to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Joining me, he is David. Go give him a shout-out on X at PHL Eagle News. What's up, man?
Not much, man. I'm a little worried about this because Ryan stressed the word fictional. So I'm thinking he's got like Fred Flintstone, that linebacker. I don't know what he's doing, but
yeah.
And he said he spent all his workday doing this. I might be in a little.
Whoa, come on! Why are you gonna, maybe my boss lessons? I'm just saying.
He was right beside you. I'm sure he was enjoying it with you.
Also joining us, of course, Ryan Reese at Philly Sports PSA. What's good, Ryan?
Not much, man. I am. I have been preparing for this, but I promise I worked all day.
Yeah.
And then special guest, he is Phil Stifle at Beard and Knowledge on X. Go check out Trending in the AM Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. What's up, Phil?
Dude, I was going to use my number one pick on Clay Matthews from my favorite movie. He was a cameo in Pitch Perfect 2. And now, according to Ryan, I can't use him anymore. So I don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah, so there's a debate going on of whether or not we should use fictional characters or not, because there's so many cameos like Dan Marino and Ace Ventura and so forth. But what we'll do, all right, let's talk about what we're doing first.
Yeah.
First, we are doing one quarterback, one running back, 2 wide receivers, a flex that could be a wide receiver or a tight end. We're also doing defensive line, linebacker, defensive back, and head coach. It's going to be a live draft out of all of those. And we're going to throw it to Twitter and YouTube for voting. So you're going to vote for who you think has the best squad of football, movie, and TV characters. I'm stressed out beyond belief about this thing. Again, if you're watching us, please be sure to talk trash on everyone's selections, not mine. So let's roll on and see who gets the number one selection. Good luck, gentlemen.
I don't want this.
Oh my God.
Good luck with that.
Of course. Rigged.
Yes. I'll be honest. Before going live, I was talking to Phil. I did not want the number one pick in this thing. Let's roll on.
I agree. I don't know where we've never done anything like this. So who knows how to go? Awesome. I was hoping for fourth, but all right, I'll take second.
Ryan, you got the second pick. This is a snake style draft. So we will give the last pick the first pick of the second round. And Phil, you got the third pick here.
David.
I can deal with that.
All right, David.
Can I trade my first overall pick for your? Can we trade rounds? I'm going to trade pick 3 for pick 4 and 5. No, I'm just kidding.
I like it.
Yeah. David, probably not a bad place to be. I'll be honest.
That's where I wanted to be.
All right. So I've got the number one pick. Guys, if you're watching this live, comment who you think should be the number one pick in this draft. There's a lot of great choices in this one. And there's a lot of different routes to go. But I've got the number one pick. And in many regards, I want to go with who I think will get the most votes, if that makes sense. So the rest of my team might not look like this, but give me, sorry, Ryan, Bobby Boucher from the Water.
I knew you were doing it. I knew you were doing it.
I watched it today, and he might not have might not have an abundance of social skills, but God damn it, he's the underdog. We love to root for him. He's such a fun character. I'm going to make Bobby Boucher my first pick. And that means, Ryan, you are on the clock.
I'll take Joe Montana. No, that's a good one. Like I was saying before all of this, I somehow ended up ranking way too many linebackers because I just found a new one every time I was going through movies. So that's all right. I can wait on my linebackers because I got plenty. So I was looking kind of maybe where there might be some weak spots, you know, in I guess building a team, and at least I couldn't find a lot of wide receivers and defensive backs. So I think I'm going to start there. And I honestly I can't even remember how to pronounce the name. Well, maybe yeah, you know what? I will go with it. And it's Tom Cruise's character in All the Right Moves. It's Stefan Djordjevic, or however you pronounce it. I can spell it for you if you really want me to, because I wrote it down. But the defensive backs are really weak in this draft. Really weak.
You just took my number one defensive back off the board right there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Stefan, whatever. It's DJORDJEVIC.
He was my only defensive back on the board. Good pick. Good pick.
Well, I have 2 defensive backs written down, so I better take the other one with my first pick because I only got 2 written down here.
Oh, that's really funny. Listen, I just saw, and I remember this, certainly I remember this movie, and dude was a hitter, was an absolute hitter, and didn't necessarily, I felt like maybe didn't love the game, but he knew it was the ends to a means, and he played like it. So, you got it, or I'll spell it for you again.
I think I'm good.
I couldn't even care less if it's right or not.
All right. That looks good enough, right?
That's
That's
perfect.
good enough for.
Let's go.
All right, Phil, you're on the clock.
Well, I better take the only other defensive back I wrote down. Don't be caught in a dark room with this guy because he might steal your watch. Earl Wilkinson from the Replacements.
Nice.
You know?
Nice.
That has to be the best. I mean, again,
He was my number
had
2.
a huge interception in a very key game to get to the playoffs for the Washington Sentinels. So Earl Wilkinson has to be, because otherwise they'd be screwed at defensive back.
Hey, listen, that's a great call. Man, he got injured on that play too, but that really secured the game for them. And listen, there's going to be plenty of convicts on some of our teams here, so
Absolutely.
no judgment.
Yeah, no judgment.
All right. David, you got back-to-back picks.
All right, I'm going to build my team like I would in real life, and I'm starting with the top. I'm going with head coach. I am taking Al Pacino's Tony D'Amato from the Miami Sharks as my head coach.
Very good. Very nice.
And I might as well bring with him Mr. Willie Beeman to be my quarterback.
Oh, look at you.
Quarterback head coach combo right there.
Look at you. What a smart move.
Hold on. Can I ask you a second here, David? Because you went with Steven Willie Beeman. You could have gone with Cap Rooney, the actual starting quarterback that got injured. He's more of a prototypical NFL pocket passer.
I guess, yeah. I'm too used to watching Eagles games. I like running mobile quarterbacks, so I'm going with Willie Beeman. I'm looking for that Belichick-Brady combination here, so I'm giving it my best shot.
Listen, how much time does Rooney really have left? You know what I mean? his wife is complaining to him all day.
Are we building this team for one season or to build a franchise over the next 10 years off of, you know? Oh, man.
All right. I'm looking at my.
Oh, I think I'm back up, aren't I?
You are up, Phil.
Yeah, so I've already gone with Earl Wilkinson from the Washington Sentinels. In my opinion, the second weakest position, since you took Clay Matthews from Pitch Perfect off. I got to stay with the Washington Sentinels and go Daniel Bateman. Just like Bobby Boucher can get the ball. Get me the ball. Get me the ball. I got you the ball. Daniel Bateman, linebacker, Washington Sentinels. There you go.
That is a great.
My goal was to draft as many Washington Sentinels as humanly possible on this show today.
Listen,
he was a linebacker, right?
He was a linebacker. Yes.
Yes. Former. Now, so not only do you have a criminal, now you have a cop.
Well, you have to have a cop on your team to take care of the criminal.
Talk about the balance on your team.
You gotta have
insane.
balance like that. Right, now I can just cross those 2 sections off on my list here.
It's so good.
All right.
Man, I
Ryan, you're
really, you know what? I love the fact I'm going to be so conflicted because there are so many defensive players that I just want to draft on my team. I'd rather them play 2 ways over some of these other positions because I'm going to have to break my own heart with whoever I decide to go with at linebacker, and then whoever I decide what to do at defensive line. So, oh man. But I will say I will go defensive line here. I will break my heart because I don't think anybody's going to take the other guy that I really want. But I will go ahead and take the best defensive end.
Who is it?
That steroids can buy, and that's Steve Latimer from the program. This dude is smashing his head into car windows. He does not give an F. He will come at you like your worst nightmare. This guy will get me sacks. Latimer, baby, all the way.
Like it.
Latimer, the program.
And if you have not seen the program, please do yourself a favor. My God.
All right, so I'm on the clock here, so I got to decide: do I go position of need or do I go with votes? You guys, I did not expect you guys to go the routes you have gone, and I respect the hell out of it. First, some comments: Dive's team is more goated than the rest.
He just has one person. How can you even
One
say
guy.
that?
That's one guy.
One pick.
Oh,
Someone has
come
to
on,
be
Shane. Don't be giving away people.
We're definitely taking Becky the Icebox O'Shea.
Are you going to take Forrest Gump as your flex and just get all the village special needs people that are out there?
Yeah, I'm going straight for votes, and we'll figure it out later. With my second selection, we are going to go 4 touchdowns in one game. Polk High, give me Al Bundy.
You're going for the votes. Whether it's the good team or not. You're just going to take the cool names that everybody's going to vote for.
I think Dives has lost enough that
there's no such thing as losing too much.
He can't take it anymore. He just lost one from last night. He wants to win here. I get it.
Bundy's a Polk City High freaking beast, man. Everybody loves him. He's a fan favorite. That's a
I don't
great
know
pick.
if you guys have seen Travis Kelce when he scored 4 touchdowns in one game. He was saying like I did this for you, Al. Like Al Bundy, you're my hero. And Eric Stonestreet, who plays a character on the show that Ed O'Neill's on, got word of this, and he actually did a little video congratulating Travis on getting as Al Bundy, giving him congrats. It's actually really funny if you look it up. It's like a 30-second video, but it's really funny.
So I'm up next here. We're moving on into the third round. I've got a bunch of picks here that I have in my A tier, and I got to make it. It's my favorite sports movie. If we're going to do this thing right, if we're going to get this team the W in the voting, we got to get the right leader on the squad. And I'm going with Herman Boone for my head coach from Remember the Titans.
Great pick.
Oh.
Great pick.
Okay. All right.
Ryan,
I got some deep dives on head coaches. I can wait and take my coach with my last pick.
No offense. I don't.
Nobody has the gravitas of a Herman Boone. No,
oh, there is. There's better.
No way. No way.
Better options.
No way.
Oh, you reached in that draft spot right there.
Yeah.
I thought David made the wrong pick. I think Herman Boone is by far the best coach in this.
No. I go with David.
All right, Ryan, you're up.
All right. Let's see. Whew. I'm going to go with I'm going to go with my some offensive line. Now, I know that we only get one O-line, which is a shame, because I could pick a whole line. Let me tell you, I have enough on my list here. But I'm actually going to go with somebody from Necessary Roughness. I don't know if you guys remember that Scott Bakula movie. It's Manu Mana, or however you pronounce it, Manumana. This dude swore his life to Scott Bakula and his character in Necessary Roughness, and he was a gentle giant, but man, he was fierce on that football field, and that's the guy I want. It's Necessary Roughness. There's nothing about it. But yes, you've never seen Necessary Roughness? Oh, Kathy Ireland, the kicker.
For like, if it's a movie that's like 80s or earlier, I probably haven't seen it. That's a general rule.
I get it. I'm old.
I'm old too.
I still think I might be the oldest in the room, though.
By the way, Derpy is loving my team right now. My God.
Yeah. I was going to say let's look at the IP address there. Pretty sure it's coming right back to that guy. Oh wow!
By the way, if you were to watch our show, Ryan always says that. Like, I have like 10 burner accounts. But
I have 4. So
throughout my browser. All right.
I'm going to stick with my trend here and say, Clifford, Twinkie. Looks like an elephant, bleepity bleeped in my hands. That is the one, Clifford Franklin, wide receiver of the Washington Sentinels from the replacements. I am now 3 for 3 on getting Washington Sentinels on my team. This is working out perfectly.
You are
very impressive.
You are building the replacements. I love that.
Now, let me tell you something. My wife, I watch a lot of stupid movies. My wife calls it stupid TV, things I've seen 100 times, and I will watch them 100 more. I think out of all the things that I watch excessively, The Replacements is my wife's least favorite of those things. So this list is for my wife. I'm dedicating this draft to my wife.
Very impressive.
Love that. Listen, you got to have something to look for. So
I love how like pretty much 75% of the picks so far have not been on my big board.
I'm
very
going good for you.
Most of yours haven't been on mine either.
All right, David, back to back.
All right, I'm going with my flex position. I'm taking an All-American, a Medal of Honor winner, a ping pong champion, someone who can run across the country. He owns a shrimp boating company. I'm taking Forrest Gump as my flex position guy.
Was it necessary to put Forrest Gump's name twice on there?
Right, yeah. And you misspelled it. It's 2 F's.
2 F's?
2 R's.
2 R's.
Or 2 R's. That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
2 R's. That's the only one that I didn't put a movie name next to.
That's a great selection, David.
Great selection.
Thank you. And with my second pick, I finally worked out a contract with Jerry Maguire. I am taking Rod Showed Me the Money Tidwell.
Let's go. Love that pick.
That's a great pick right there.
Jonathan Gannon hated him, so he's moving him on to better pastures here in Philadelphia.
There you go.
It's a good pick right there.
Arizona didn't know what they had.
This has been a more spirited draft than our real ones. This is absolutely crazy.
I know, right? I could do this all day.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. David, you crushed those back-to-back picks.
Well, good. Somebody on your board.
Honestly, no offense. Outside of The Replacements being the greatest sports movie ever, it seems pretty damn good right there.
Yeah.
So what Sentinel do you have now for us, Phil?
All right. Well, what is pass block or run blocking? It's the art of pushing people around. So what better than a sumo wrestler named Fumiko, from the Washington Sentinels? He's the only crazy SOB that's willing to eat 8 hard-boiled eggs and then go play a football game. But again, when you want to run block, you need a guy that's good at pushing around. So Fumiko. I don't think he has a first name in the movie. It's just
Dumbo.
I don't think he does either.
Yeah, the replacements. They're 4 for 4.
This is really impressive, Phil. I have to admit, that's really you really.
The only problem
did
with
your
the
homework.
replacements is some of the players on the teams don't have names, so I can't use them all. TMZ.
You can try. You can try.
I could try. Just put in under every position unnamed player from the replacements, and that's good.
Replacements. Okay.
That's why they're replacements.
That's right.
There you go. I am also going to go for a wide receiver here, and I am actually going to go for Spencer James from All American, who is killing it in the college team now. Love this dude's determination coming from the inner city LA. Just hard work. He's lost so much. His father. It was an emotional episode. He lost his coach. It was like a father. It was a very emotional episode, but yet he still keeps going. Spencer James.
Interesting.
Interesting. I like that. Interesting. I like that response. Interesting.
Wasn't even on your list, was he?
No, he was not. My wife likes that show. I don't watch that show. I'll just leave it at that. I just want to see kind of what the board looks like. So we've got only one quarterback off the board. That's really interesting. Did not expect that. All right. Yeah, I'm going to make some selections here, and we're just going to lock in some positions. Give me I'm going to go Louis Lastic out of Remember the Titans as my offensive lineman. I need a guy with soul power.
By the way, you have Spencer James in my running back, not wide receiver.
My bad.
I think we can tell which is our favorite sports movies by just looking at our picks here.
Yeah, well, we obviously know what Phil's is. Jesus.
Oh, just wait. Just wait till I drop some dimes on you here in a little bit here. All right? Have you figured out who TJ Bryant is yet?
No.
Oh, I forgot about that. Let me redo the brain here. I'll keep looking into it.
And I'm gonna stick to I'm gonna get the best player available on my big board, and I'm just shocked he's still there. Give me Shane Falco from the replacements here.
Absolutely. It cost me a ton at the Sugar Bowl.
They're dead.
You finally got some heart on your team as well, I'm not sure if Shane Falco and Al Bundy could coexist on the same roster. You got to think about that. The guys have to be able to coexist on the same roster. I can see the two of them fighting in a bar brawl. Okay?
You also
I've been in a lot of bar brawls.
You're so right.
You also have to factor in when Shane Falco gets removed from the league from banging a cheerleader. That's frowned upon these days.
Absolutely. And Al Bundy probably will be gambling on the game when he's out there playing. So, this is not it sounds good, your team, Dibs, but it's not really going to work out.
Lots of trouble. Yeah.
I think Louis Lastic will keep, and Herman Boone will keep it together, man. They'll keep it all together.
I'm glad you took Shane Falco there because otherwise I would have, but I want to go in other directions with quarterback. So I'm glad you took that away from me.
All right. Ryan, you're up, man.
All right. I'm going to now make what could be the first controversial or voted upon player. And because I have a flex and I'll use it however the damn well I want to, I am going to go with a linebacker here. And this isn't from a TV show per se or a movie. He is on TV.
Here it comes.
Terry Tate, office linebacker. Woo! You kill the Joe, you make some mo.
Oh my goodness.
That is the best
I don't
selection.
think I brought enough alcohol down to my basement here for this episode.
That is the best select. By the way, those like commercials are absolutely
The
hilarious.
absolute funniest. This dude
So,
was
real quick.
fucking people.
What are we allowed to put any player period in the flex?
Yeah.
So you can go with 2 quarterbacks on your team if you want it.
I'll allow it. I don't really care.
I'm just curious.
And
I thought
listen,
flexes were just the weird guys like Forrest
Yeah.
Gump that have no position, but okay. It's good.
Right, that-
Mental note.
I don't know
Mental
how
note.
you use it, but I'm putting him as my official linebacker.
I like it.
Terry
I
Crews?
like it.
No, it wasn't. But you can put Terry Tate office linebacker.
Yeah, I will do that.
I like it. I like it.
That is the best selection of the night. I am so impressed, Ryan. That was really well done. Did not even come into my thinking. Phil, you're up.
Yeah, now I got to start thinking. Now I have to really start thinking of this thing here because the ones I wanted, I've got all the guys I want, but probably got to take a defensive lineman because I have very little defensive linemen. Now,
very true.
So I only have 2 names from the same movie written down, and this will deviate from my replacements because there was not one person on the Washington Sentinels on the defensive line that got actually mentioned in the TV show. So
That was Terry Tate, by the way.
what's that?
Cheeseburger guy from The Longest Yard, the new one.
Yeah. I am going to go with from The Longest Yard, actually. And I'm debating between 2 really stupid characters from the movie. All right. And I think because I'm a wrestling fan, you want big, girthy guys to stop the run up the middle, right? That's what you want. You want a Jordan Davis. So the great Khali from the WWE played a character named Turley that was a defensive tackle. So you got a 7'7", 400-pound man that you just cannot move in the middle of the line. Turley. Turley, defensive lineman from the Longest Yard.
Beautiful pick here. He was my number 2 defensive lineman.
There's one other defensive lineman from that movie too you could use. And
Sure. But no, yeah, I think this was a slam dunk pick.
Yeah.
Well done. David, back to back.
I am taking a linebacker who's famously known for having a brass knuckle cell phone. I'm taking Vontae Mack from Draft Day. And then I am going to move to the defensive line. And Shane, shout out my pick earlier. I am taking Becky the Icebox O'Shea as the first female NFL player in league history.
Where are you putting Becky as a running back?
No, DL. She's going to be right next to Jalen Carter. It's going to work out wonderfully.
Listen, I have her officially listed as a linebacker, but I suppose you can put him in.
I had her as a linebacker and running back.
Yeah, no, that's what she played. So, but I'm cool with this. That's fine.
All right, so that was both them. Yeah, all right. So
if you watch the
I got
movie,
a
she was
question
on
for
the
the team
line.
here. I got a question for the show.
Yeah,
And this is going to be a controversial name here, okay? Very controversial in the sense where you'll probably all vote me off on this one, all right? He had an entire movie based on him. Wide receiver of the Philadelphia Eagles, and a movie is made on Vince Papale as my second wide receiver.
I will allow it. I love it.
I like it.
I mean, it was a whole movie based around him.
only if
go
we
with
can,
Bill Berge or Bill Bradley, like small characters. You could literally name the entire 1976 Eagles roster if you wanted to, but I think that would be cheating. But Vince Papale was a whole movie on him, so
That's a
it
great
wasn't
selection.
even
That's
accurate
gonna get you a
about
lot
his
of votes.
story. So
only if we can call him Vince Papale.
Vince Papale, yeah, sure, go for it. Just
Vince
take the E
Papale.
off the end of it. Vince Papale.
Get that.
There you
Yeah.
go.
All right.
All right.
Ryan, that was a great pick.
Yeah, it was definitely a good pick.
That's going to get you votes, Phil.
Eagles Nation, vote
Yeah.
for me.
By the way,
I'm the only one that's going to have an
by the
Eagle
way-
on their team.
Shout out to the time I got to interview him and talk about Invincible
That's
and
awesome.
stuff. That was like one of the best moments of my life.
That's awesome.
That was
man.
a flex right there in the middle of the show, guys. You know,
Yeah.
he drafted Shane Falco and Al Bundy.
And
Oh, and by the way, I interviewed Vince Papale.
Just in case I'm not winning already. Here's a little. Listen, I am thinking about my running back position, and I have a player who I prefer, but he's from a show that I don't think a lot of people saw, and it got canceled after one season. But it was a great show, in my opinion. I don't know if anybody saw the show Playmakers.
Heard of it. I may have seen an episode or two of it. I've heard the name though.
So I'm going to go with a little bit more of a popular name for my running back. And I'm going to go Brian Smash Williams from Friday Night Lights. This dude was shady on steroids. This dude could cut on a dime and was cocky about it and was in your face about it. I absolutely love this dude. Easy touchdowns all day for Smash Williams.
Was that Booby?
No, that's Booby was the TV or the movie. Smash was the TV show.
Gotcha. I never watched the TV show.
It's pretty good. I like it.
I've heard it's really great.
Yeah. I mean, it's an easy Netflix. Just throw on, watch a couple episodes here, just go.
Yeah. All right. I'm looking at my team, and I've got a lot of offense.
Help. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, basically. There's only like 3 more wide receivers you can name, and you need 2 of them right there.
Debatable. I've got.
Save it till the end, but I have a name that's a fantastic wide receiver, but I'm not helping you guys out. So there was another name if I didn't get Papale that I was going to throw in there. Remind me later.
Yeah. And I'm going for the W. I haven't beaten Ryan in anything in quite some time. So for my first pick, really no surprise to anybody. I'm going to go to the defensive line. I'm going to stick to Remember the Titans. Give me Julius Campbell. The stud there on the defensive line. And then to finish this off, I'm going to continue the trend on defense and give me Rudy. I want Hart, and I think he would do so well with Shane. And
there you go. See, you're listening to me.
And I'm going to go.
I forget what movie he's from. You forgot to write.
I'm not sure. I don't. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really happy with those 2 selections. I've got to.
They'll help your team during practice.
Yeah, exactly.
Ryan, you're up.
Well, listen, maybe if he got called off sides like he was. Listen, that is a good. He was on my list. He was the second guy on my list. So, all righty. What do I need? I could use a head coach and a quarterback. I feel like I'm going to wait on my quarterback because I got a couple of really nice ones. But I'm going to go because I already know what Phil is going to do at head coach, for obvious reasons. But I am going to go. What is that? I'm going to go with a family man who not only lived and died for this team, but his whole family did as well. And you just saw it in every single thing that he did. He cared and loved about these kids. And all right, can we stop throwing names? Because come on, we're all trying to do this. But anyway, I am going to take Eric Taylor from the TV show Friday Night Lights. Full hearts, can't lose. Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
All right, that's your head coach. All right, Phil.
All right, so just so you know, since I'm the only one with a head coach left, I'm going to save it for my last pick.
Well, sure.
And it doesn't mean I'm taking Coach McGinty because I have another name I'm debating between, okay? Just so you know.
I'm sure I know the other person, too.
I've got 2 names. One's Coach McGinty and one's another. But we'll get to that in a minute. We'll save that for the last pick. So I'm going to use my flex. He's pure muscle, okay? He's the only man that can kick a 65-yard field goal while smoking a cigarette. He's known as the Welsh leg. It is Nigel Gruff, kicker of the Washington Sentinels. You got to have a guy to kick field goals. Nigel Gruff. By Welsh standards, he's very muscular, just so you know.
Yes. Yeah. That's a great pick. Although I have a feeling he might bet on the games and get him.
He might. He might get
his leg broke.
He is betting. He is betting on the games.
Yeah, 100%
But he's not dumb enough to do it on DraftKings. He does it through private bookies so that he gets away with it and they can't suspend him.
Right. Or, when they break his leg,
that's another whole thing.
Yeah. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate, somebody who recognizes Friday Night Lights, the TV show, which was better than the movie.
I need to watch that. I think I would love it. David, you're up.
All right, I'm going with the defensive back because there just aren't any. It's the only one that I know left, and it's Brian Chavez from Friday Night Lights, the movie. Years later, he was arrested for home invasion, but we're going to ignore that. He had a really good career prior to that. So I'm going with that as my defensive back. And then I am moving to the offensive line and going with Varsity Blues offensive lineman Billy Bob. I need somebody to protect this demon. Nobody has more heart than my man Billy Bob.
Yeah, I was deciding between him and Manu Mata from Necessary Roughness. Those are my two guys.
And also a last-minute adjustment. You can move Icebox to running back. I do agree with y'all. It's running back, linebacker. So might as well just stick it there, and then I will find another defensive lineman.
There you go. Love
it. All right, Phil.
All right, so I'm going to save quarterback and head coach for last because I got lots of great names. And I could go with Walter Cochran, the replacements running back. All he wanted to do was score one pro touchdown before he hung up his cleats. But I'm going to go a little different here, okay? I'm going to go with a man with a bad attitude, all right? And that's one B.A. Baracus of the A-Team. In episode 4 of season 5, they went undercover as a pro football team. They had to go to East Germany to infiltrate, and they actually put together a team led by B.A. Baracus as the running back to get a scientist out of East Germany, okay? And Ryan, for your information, that's where T.J. Bryant came from. He was the quarterback of that team, played by Joe Namath. But he got in trouble for gambling in East Germany, so there was a little problems there. So B.A. Baracus of the A-Team, here's a little side note, because if you think I have too much replacements knowledge, you don't know what too much knowledge is when it comes to the A-Team. They actually used the USFL football, the LA team from that year in 1987. Their jerseys were used in that episode of the A-Team. So B.A. Baracus, running back, they didn't actually have a team name, but the LA USFL football team from the A-Team. Just
wow.
So my first
defense.
dog was named after the A-Team, just so you know. Okay. So
Listen,
there's more A-Team knowledge up here than anything else in life.
I love this pick. Not only do I love the A-Team, not only do I love B.A. Baracus, but I love the deep dive into this entire episode.
Dude, let me tell you something. When Beans mentioned an episode to me, I was like, my first pick I wrote down was B.A. Baracus as running back. That was the first name on my big board was B.A. Baracus.
Love this.
I thought I was going to save it for my last pick, but you guys gift wrapped at me, quarterback and head coach. So, and again, T.J. Bryant, played by Joe Namath in that episode. He was basically the Adam Sandler character from The Longest Yard, but on the 18th. Yeah.
Love it when a plan comes together. Great pick.
That's right. I'm on the Jazz tonight, man. I'm on the Jazz.
Love this so much. Oh man, that's so good.
That's terrific, man. This is so much fun. Ryan, you're up.
All right. So I need a linebacker, another wide receiver, and a quarterback. Well, considering I don't have too many wide receivers left, I have about 1 billion linebackers I could choose from, so I don't really. And considering nobody else needs one, I'll just choose whichever I like. I'm gonna go. I'll go with wide receiver here, and let's just make sure he was not taken. Right? Yeah. I will go with Deacon Moss from The Longest Yard, played by none other than Michael Irving, who was just catching and mossing fools. Those damn guards. Yeah, they had no shot of stopping Deacon Moss. That's for sure.
Deacon Moss, Longest Yard. I'm on the clock here, and I am shocked he wasn't picked. He was such a big part of the movie. I'm going to go Petey Williams out of Remember the Titans for my defensive back.
Soccer.
He held on to the ball, and we all cried. And Petey Williams,
You did.
Oh man, are we all done defensive backs? I am surprised. Wait, and we all have our flex, right? I am surprised nobody picked Spike.
yeah, he was a line. He was on my list. He was on my list.
He was a beast.
I literally only had 2 defensive backs written down. So,
Oh, well, there you go. Oh yeah, I mean, I had 4, but
so I need 2 wide receivers. Obviously, this one's very easy. You know, he might be a heavy drinker, but we've got Herman Boone to kind of keep him in check. Definitely the elite slot receiver, the Wes Welker of this group. Give me Charlie Tweeter from Varsity Blues as my wide receiver.
that's a good one.
Ryan, you're up.
Yeah, I had. He was definitely on my list of guys to look at. All right. Well, since I don't need to pick my linebacker, I will take a quarterback since Phil still needs his quarterback.
are you going to go with TJ Bryant from the A-Team?
Yeah,
Episode 4, season 5. Call quarterback sneak. You could go with TJ Bryant.
Good. I'm more interested in episode 5 or season 5, episode 4. That was more my jam. But no, I this one's tough because obviously a couple people have picked some really good quarterbacks here, and there's a laundry list of guys here that I would absolutely love to have, and there was a moment where I was going to see if I could combine quarterbacks because there were 2 different quarterbacks played by one actor. But I'm assuming that would have gotten shot down. And considering somebody already picked the one, I guess I don't have that option anymore. But you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with Utah. Give me 2.
I love it. You gotta pick which one. Which John do you want, the Keanu Reeves or the newer one?
Oh, Keanu Reeves, of course.
Got me.
Please. I haven't seen the newer one. I never
Neither
will.
have I.
Yeah, come on. But I really wanted to combine Shane Falco and Johnny Utah into one Keanu Reeves super quarterback if I could.
My backup was Sonny Crockett from Miami Vice. Was my backup.
I like that one.
That was Point Break, right?
Point Break, yeah.
Point Break, yeah.
Right.
Sorry,
God, never seen it. All right.
Oh my Lord.
So I'm just gonna really dive deep here on names. I already know because I was gonna take Johnny Utah right there, Ryan. That was going to be my pick since I didn't get Shane Falco. But this is not who I'm gonna throw a couple names out here. Names I'm not taking, but I want to throw them out there. I was going to go Jake Weiler as my quarterback. Do you know who Jake Weiler was?
No.
Played by Captain America himself, Chris Evans, in Not Another Teen movie.
Yeah.
Quarterback from there. That was on my big board. I was going to go Clark Kent because he did play quarterback in Smallville. Okay.
Sure did.
So we could have gone there. We could go Paul Crew. We could go Paul Crew.
Sure.
I thought about going AC Slater from Bayside. One of the best quarterbacks in high school history.
He was on my list. He was on my list.
But we are going to go with, not only was he the starting quarterback of the New York Jets, he also saved the world from disaster. Flash Gordon.
Very good. I like this.
I gave you a lot of deep dives on that one there. But we're going to go Flash Gordon because He can win you the title and save Earth and the whole entire universe at the same time.
That's pretty good. And he had a pretty kick-ass theme song. So
Absolutely.
yeah, that's solid.
Man,
Queen.
Phil is just playing chess around everyone right now.
I don't know if that's what it is, but it's something.
Yeah, I was thinking about Vince Howard from Friday Night Lights show.
Mm-hmm.
I know everybody had like mocks from Varsity Blues. I don't think he was that good of a quarterback, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, that was a good one. I think we all got really good quarterbacks, to be perfectly honest.
Yep. All right, David, last 2 picks.
All right. I wanted somebody really mean and angry on my defensive line, who brought fear into the opposition. So I went deep to the movie Revenge of the Nerds, and I'm taking Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds.
Very nice. He was on my list. I was shocked. Good job. I will say, before you tell us your wide receiver, one person I did have on my list of defensive linemen was Meanie from Waterboy.
Yeah.
He was the other team's defensive line. He was a big dude.
I had him on my list, dude. I had him. Was it Mini Green or something?
I just saw it only listed as Meanie. But
Yeah, Greg Meanie.
Yeah.
My backup was Charles Jefferson from Fast Times at Ridgemont.
Well, no. He was a linebacker, and let's just not. I do still need a linebacker, so
take him. And my wide receiver, I went back to finish my draft with where it all started with Any Given Sunday, and I am taking Bill Bellamy's character, Jimmy Sanderson, from the Miami Sharks.
I can't believe he's still on the board, honestly.
Yeah,
me neither.
Yeah, that was a good one. I thought about that. You could also taken T.O.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the hell his name was, but I just remember T.O. was next to Bill Bellamy.
I wanted Nelly as my running back, but I jumped the gun with the icebox. So
yeah, that was a good one.
Did I spell that right? Sanderson?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it. Jimmy Sanderson.
So, Ryan, you assume I'm taking Coach McGinty here, right?
Listen, I know you're not, obviously, now.
Well, no, I probably, yeah. But I did have two. I can't believe Coach Klein hasn't been picked.
Right. Well, that's what I said.
Coach Klein could have been there.
I said
you're not the name I was thinking of.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
down to 2 names.
Yeah, didn't have a first
Coach
name.
McGinty, because obviously, you could tell I love the replacements.
Sure.
And a TV coach, one Hayden Fox from Coach. And I'm really debating hard on this one because Hayden Fox made me laugh a lot when I was younger. But you got to go with the heart. You might as well get the guy that knows half the team, Coach McGinty of the replacements. Let's just end it the way it started, just like David. We'll go Coach McGinty of the replacements.
All right.
Yeah, there were a couple of good coaches there.
I didn't think anybody was going to have Hayden Fox, so
No,
that was my sneaky backup play.
Yeah.
If all my favorites win.
I had looked at it. I didn't put him on my list because I only did put 5, but yeah, he was he definitely was somebody I went through. I mean, listen, he in Minnesota, man, he made that into a powerhouse.
And he went from the college to the pros. I mean, come on now.
Yeah.
What was the pro team he played for?
Oh, geez, that's
Or coached? Miami Sharks, I think it was.
Was it?
It was a Miami team. I forget. I think it was called the Sharks, but it was a Miami team.
I know the Sharks
from Minnesota to Miami. So.
Yeah. The Miami Sharks were Any Given Sunday too. So
okay. Yeah.
Maybe that's I don't know. Whatever.
It was a Miami team. I don't remember.
It was Miami. Yeah. No, that's good. I completely did not remember that. Yeah, that show was a long time ago. Anyway. All right. So I need a linebacker. Let's see. Somebody just wrote one in who's on my list, Alvin Mack from the program. I mean, honestly, you could just give me anybody from the program. These guys were mean SOBs. So I'm down with that. I have let's see who do I have at? I do have Charles Jefferson from Fast Times. I have Luther Shark LeVay from Any Given Sunday. But I feel like, again, if this was prime Shark, I'd take him, but it's not. He was at the twilight of his career. But I'm gonna go Charles Jefferson, honestly, from Fast Times. I think that's actually a really good one because, man, he's still mad. The man loved football. He loved his little brother, and you don't want to make this man angry. So I'll go with Jefferson from Fast Times.
What position did Sinbad play in Necessary Roughness?
Defensive line.
I don't even remember him being in that.
Andre Krim.
Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen that.
All right, I have Mr. Irrelevant, I guess.
Yeah.
To wrap this thing up.
You said
it. It's the Tito's. I need a wide receiver. I don't know where to go. There's not a lot left.
I got a name you're not going to think of. I'm ready to say it as soon as you name yours.
Do not. I'm not done yet.
No.
I have two on my big board. One is Airbud Golden Receiver, which would be really fun. And I'm a dog guy. Like, I would love to put that on my team. But I feel like that could go one or two ways with voting. I feel like people would see that and be like, no. So
of the game.
I'm going to go with one of my favorite 90s movies ever and give me Rashid Hot Hands Hanan from The Little Giants as my final wide receiver pick.
Wow.
Who doesn't love that kid? And he caught the toilet paper for the touchdown. So I'm going Hot Hands.
Wow.
Real quick, I'm going to throw a name out here. He doesn't even have a name in the movie.
Oh, boy.
And his team only was in 30 seconds of the movie. But he made a big play in the movie. In The Dark Knight, Hines Ward and the football team in the stadium. The only recognizable football player on that team was Hines Ward.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
I don't even know if he has a name in that movie. I don't think he does because I tried to find it today. And I couldn't figure it out. But I was going to go as a backup Hines Ward right there, just so you know.
That's a good one. All I know is he's a survivor.
Yeah.
He doesn't fall into traps. He runs through them.
And the field gets decimated. How did the Phillies just score here? I don't
know. I started laughing about some of these late picks here, and I don't even know they tied it up 1-1.
They just tied it up, and I have no idea how. All right. Anyway, that's our picks. We're going to throw it to voting on social media. We're going to go team by team and grade it. I will grade my team, give my thoughts, and then you guys just throw in like how you think I did and my best pick, my worst pick, whatever you want to say. I think I got some heavy hitters on my squad. I think these are some big names, top to bottom. I'm really happy with how this turned out. Obviously, I'm biased. Remember the Titans is clearly my favorite movie, and it's showcased here in the draft. Herman Boone, Louis Lastic. I know you want to leave. Like when he's singing, like there's just so much soul in that character, and I'm really happy top to bottom that I've got a lot of heart, led by Rudy, Bobby Boucher, and I agree with Phil. Al Bundy's like really the one guy that I think Herman Boone would probably break his only rule and kick him off the roster. So for me, I give this a solid B. Time's yours.
Phil, you want to start? We'll go down the line here.
If you want to, sure.
Let's go. So I have to grade it. All right. So I agree with everything on your team. I think you're more stacked on defense than you are on offense. I don't buy Al Bundy and Shane Falco mixing. You got a kid from the Little Giants on your. Rudy is going to get demolished whether he's playing offense or defense. I mean, you're stacked on the defensive line and linebacker and defensive back. But outside of that, your team's got nothing. I think your team collapses come the fourth quarter. But I think you do have Bobby Boucher and you do have Shane Falco, so you get a B from me just for Shane Falco alone. But I don't know. You probably should have gone with Jimmy McGinty to get the most out of Shane Falco, because that's what Jimmy McGinty was about, getting the most out of his quarterback, not a superstar. Okay, so I'm going to go with B, but I think you're going to fall apart come the fourth quarter of the game.
Ryan, any thoughts?
Yeah, listen, I'm going to give it a C+. I think half your team is weak. And will get absolutely annihilated by anyone on my team. I went for big and strong, and you went for fun names. Rudy will get murdered. Hot Hands will get murdered. Elias Campbell, murdered. Petey Williams, murdered. Tweeter, he'll be too drunk, but he'll be murdered. Al Bundy, selling shoes, murdered. Like, I'm sorry. I like them. They're fun names. They're good. You just don't have a lot of strong. You have a lot of heart, but you're gonna need a lot of prayer for the medical bill.
I love it. David, any quick thoughts?
I'm giving you a B. I like most of your players. There's only one guy on your team who I didn't know who it was, and I still think it might be because it's not his name in the movie. Petey Williams. I don't know. I remember somebody.
Petey Williams
Petey.
a wrestler?
I didn't think Williams was his last name. I might be wrong,
Petey.
but
Petey Jones, I think it is.
Petey Williams is the inventor of the Canadian Destroyer, Mini Papa Pro,
Obviously.
X Division champion. Just so you know.
Yeah,
I wasn't going to call it out. I
definitely
just like
Jones.
seeing Petey Williams'
is it
name on there.
Jones? Yeah, it's Jones.
It's definitely
right?
Jones.
So hold on, can we all regrade? He doesn't even know the name of the
Right,
players
exactly.
on his team.
It's my
That instantly drops
It's my
one
favorite
grade level.
movie. I love
All
this
right, to
movie.
be fair, they only say Petey the entire movie.
it's a B minus for me
It was
now.
played by the guy who.
I'm dropping my grade to C+ since you didn't even know your own player's
There
name.
you go. It's played by the guy from Scrubs, Turk from Scrubs.
Yep. And he ran every single inch of that mile. Ryan, what was your grade of that of your squad?
Listen, mine's obviously an A+. I got, not only do I got heart, I got intelligence, I got strength. Some of it may be illegal, but who cares? We're gonna absolutely play hard-nosed football, knock some teeth out, break some arms. We don't care, and we're absolutely going to punch you in the mouth. I just went for the best team possible, and listen, Eric Taylor, he's got a tough job getting all these guys to come together, but you know what? He's the right man for the job, and Johnny Utah, listen, he can still sling it on the beach, so he'll be slinging it on the field. So I ain't worried one bit about my team.
All right, should we go top to bottom? All right,
Sure.
My quick thoughts on this team. Nobody has seen these movies. This is probably the worst team of the bunch. You look at this top to bottom. Terry Tate was a great selection. He's not even in a movie or TV show, and you're looking at quite possibly the worst. And I've been in a lot of movie drafts. I've never seen a team this bad in my life. And nobody knows who these characters are outside of maybe Point Break, and they're probably going to like Google it. Oh, that's Keanu Reeves. Nope, I'm still not voting for this team. It's a solid F.
All right, I'll give Ryan a D+ for just showing up. Everything that Deep just said, but I'm going to throw in there. I doubt Johnny Utah's knee can hold up even 4 quarters of a football game. So everything that Deep said, plus Johnny Utah's knee, I'll give you the D+ for showing up, for writing your name. Well, you didn't even write it, but Deeps did. But you know, we'll give you a D+ for writing your name, just like you get on the SATs.
Wow, this just reeks of jealousy. Oh.
David?
It's like, we're not talking Kate.
I'm giving you a C, Ryan. A solid C+ for me. I don't like Johnny Utah's bum knee, but hey, he looked all right on the beach, like you said. He was able to skydive and surf, so I guess his knee's holding up somewhat there. The rest of your guys, about 2/3 of them are meatheads, so they might have a hard time. But yeah, overall, I give it a C+.
All right. Phil, tell us about your team.
Oh, obviously, I'm going to give myself an A+ just like Ryan because I'm not a humble person. But my team is littered. We are Philadelphia Eagles fans. My team's got heart. It's got underdog mentality. It's got guys that just overcome obstacles. It's got a person that saved the universe in Flash Gordon, not the world, the universe in Flash Gordon. It's got B.A. Baracus, who might have a bad attitude, but deep down inside really cares. And it's the only person that's got a player on the team that actually played in the NFL like Vince Papale. So I think that alone, heart, hustle, criminals, attitude, universe saver, it's got everything. My team is perfect, top to bottom, pure perfect.
There's a lot of likability on this team. And B.A. Baracus was completely out of left field. Did not see that coming, but I get it. I love the Daniel Bateman selection. That was one of my favorites. The Vince Papale selection, absolutely going to get you a lot of votes. He was really high on my big board. I actually watched that today, so I was disappointed with that selection. I give you a solid B. What about you, Ryan?
Side note, JT Realmuto is hurt right now.
Fantastic.
Sorry to depress everyone. I don't know. I didn't see it, but they've been standing over him at home plate for like 3 minutes now.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that's good. Everything's fine.
I'm gonna give you a B-. This is probably outside of my own one of my favorites. I just think you overestimate your team a bit. You went with an actual real person, which, listen, we allowed it, but let's be honest, it's a little rough. You
could have voted against that.
You went right. I wasn't going. I don't care enough. You went with a kicker in your flex. I mean, come on. Your offensive line wasn't even the best offensive line on that movie, and the most of your people are from a movie that players that weren't even good enough to be in the NFL.
And still
so there's that. And Flash Gordon honestly was a shitty show. So
it was a movie. I was going off the movie version.
Well, it's a crappier movie then too. Although the only good thing was the theme song. So I'll give you that. You have a cool theme song. And B.A. Baracus, my lord. People are going to be like, what are we doing?
No, but people are not
going to remind them about it every time they ask.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I'm going to respond every tweet on that.
I respect the hell out of that pick, but no one's going to get it. No one's going to get it.
Exactly.
And that's okay. So, my brother will get it. That's all that matters.
Well, there you go. You got 2 votes, you and your brother.
David, any thoughts?
Yeah, I give it a B. I like the Mr. T pick. I didn't mind so much that he took a kicker at his flex position, but if you were going to take a kicker, it had to be Ray Finkel from Ace Ventura, man.
I thought about that.
Incorrect. Necessary roughness. Kathy Ireland, the kicker.
About that
please.
I also had Peter Griffin down in my flex spot. He played for the New England Patriots, and then he got traded to the Silly Nannies. And so he played a little offensive line, a little bit of running back, a little bit of quarterback. I thought about Peter Griffin there, but we went for the leg.
Yeah.
All right. David, tell us about your team.
I give it a solid B+. I definitely have the best receiving core in our league. With the new kick return rules, Forrest Gump is going to be freaking unstoppable. I like the Ogre. I like Vontae Mack. I like Beeman as my quarterback. My probably only part that I would probably redo is I would have probably taken Nelly as my running back there. But aside from that, I like it a lot. Go ahead and tear it apart, guys.
It's not going to come from me. This is a solid A.
I
think top to bottom, this is an amazing squad. From the coach, I'm disappointed you took Icebox. Maybe it was a little bit of a reach, but that was not going to come back to you. I would have taken Becky on my team. I love the pick of Billy Bob and Vontae Mack. I really wanted Chadwick Boseman on my squad. That was a high priority for me. I had Vontae super high, and he would have been in my flex super fast. And then I can't really talk on Ogre, but Billy Bob, what a great selection, man. Billy Bob, yeah, I'm going to say it. It's a 10. It's a fucking 10. You're up.
All right, I'm going to give him a solid B+. Okay. First off, I love how you, David, linked the new kick return rules to the Forrest Gump selection. That bumped it up from a B to a B+. The only thing that's keeping it from an A, and I might get a lot of shit for this from people watching on Twitter, whatever. I think Any Given Sunday is the most overrated football movie there is out there.
It's
probably the most overrated, maybe one of the most overrated sports movies of all time. So I don't buy Willie Beeman and Jimmy Sanderson and Tony DiManti. I don't like it. Overrated completely.
Outside of the speech, it's very forgettable. It's very forgettable.
Absolutely.
Ryan, any thoughts?
I mean, listen. I couldn't disagree with you guys. I think it is a great football movie. I'm not saying it's the best. I'm not, whatever. But and you're right. People do pump up movies for different reasons. But man, I'm not going to shill over it like you guys. My lord. I think David's
the shower scene. Did we meet the shower scene? Did we meet the shower scene? Like the full rated R version of the shower scene. Did we meet that? I went to the movie theaters to see that. We didn't meet that. That could have been left on the editing floor, okay?
You're probably right, but I'm sure. You know what the most overrated football movie of all time is? Dives, I'm going to break your heart here, buddy, but it's Remember the Titans.
What?
It's absolutely the most overrated football movie, maybe movie ever. Honestly, it's a piece of shit. But anyway, let's back to David's team. I think you got the top coach. I think you got the top quarterback. I think you got the top flex. I think you got the top linebacker. So I don't necessarily like your defensive back or your D line. I thought you could have went a little better there, but still, Ogre is a good pull for anybody that's a little bit older as well. Honestly, you're a solid A. Your receiving core is solid. I'm sure you could put Forrest Gump out there in the slot. Honestly,
we all know he can run. My next player on my board was Tony Danza as the garbage picking, field goal kicking Philadelphia phenomenon.
I think if you would have went with Nelly, his character for running back, I think this would be an A+.
Yeah. Thank you.
I think now thinking about the kickoff return rules, I would have made Forrest Gump my first choice. Didn't even draw those parallels there. That gave you so much right there by using that description there.
All right, so some other names that did not get drafted on my big board. Brian Murphy from The Replacements. I cannot believe he was not selected. The tight end. Wendell Brown out of Varsity Blues was a great one. Terry Crews from The Longest Yard, Cheeseburger Eddie. Sunshine, Remember the Titans. Rudy Zoltek from The Little Giants. Zoltek was such a great character. Ray Jennings from Draft Day. Gary Bertier from Remember the Titans. Spike from Little Giants. And then Air Bud, Golden Receiver.
Speaking of
my big boards.
I think we could have put David goddamn Putney on there as well. Just
David Putney, yeah. No, nobody picked Bo Callahan. I'm shocked.
There's a lot of other names from The Replacements we could have picked off the guards, the tight end, the depth tight end. But I'm going to throw a couple names here that could have gotten tight. These were backup names just in case for me. Running back from, I don't even know which universe you want to call him from. He was one half of Firestorm. Jeffrey Jackson could have been taken. Okay, if you want to go, you can go Tim Teslo, tight end from the Gotham Goliaths. Okay, just so you know, you could have gone Kevin Nash or Bill Romanowski. They had parts in some of those movies. There are a lot of names out there, but I wanted to just say Firestorm because I love Firestorm. So
understandable.
Shout out to Rico. He should at least deserves an honorable mention in this.
Yeah, that could have been one. Running backs, I had Darnell Jefferson from The Program, Demetrius Harris from Playmakers. If you've never seen Playmakers, it was basically they did this like one season, and it was literally just about all the worst things that the NFL was at the time, with like drugs and like beating women and like whatever. Paul Tagliabue literally shut it down after 11 episodes. But I'm telling you, it is still a great watch if you can find it. I think it was done think it was done with ESPN. But yeah, it was a really good show. But I also had let's see, what was the one guy that nobody grabbed? Oh yeah, offensive lineman Jamal Jackson, who was the better offensive lineman, even better than his brother on the offensive line. Speaking of playmakers, Kelvin James was an absolute monster tackle. From the program, Bud Light Kaminsky was a monster tackle. And I think that's all I have for people that we missed that my big board.
Oh, Bud Kilmer, another head coach.
Oh yeah,
Varsity Blues was a big one. By the way, Phillies escaped the 9th inning there. That was pretty freaking
And
wild.
JT stayed in the game.
Yeah, that's big.
They win?
It's
No, it's going. Yeah, it's going to the bottom of the 9th. But I think it was 1st and 3rd with 1 out, and Strom got out of it. All right, let's throw it around the horn. Plugs, final thoughts on this. Start with you, Phil. Time's yours.
Yeah, time. Have you always said time's yours? Because
I have. Yeah, I've been saying that for years.
Yeah.
I just noticed you. That is just the first time I've ever noticed you say it this show. But yeah, guys, make sure you're checking out Training the AM. Catch today's replay from this morning's show. Deebs was on with me. He's doing double duty today. It was a fantastic episode. Lots of great Sixers content. Tomorrow, we're going to be covering first day of mandatory minicamp from the Eagles. We're going to talk a lot of stuff tomorrow morning. Vote for my team. I will buy you free pizza if you vote for my team. I'm just kidding. There's nothing free in life. Maybe there is. And I agree. One final time with myself that Any Given Sunday is the worst football movie of all time.
What's the best?
The Replacements, duh. I mean, seriously.
Wow, worst movie. I don't know. I would go that far, but I
Worst
would say
football movie. I said.
Okay.
That's pretty bold.
Ryan,
I'm a bold person.
Yeah, we know.
Ryan,
Listen, this was probably the most fun I've had in the longest time. I love doing this off the wall kind of stuff, and yeah, it honestly got me thinking about. Now I want to watch like all these movies again. Maybe I'll rewatch the Remember the Titans, and maybe it won't be as crappy as I remembered.
Or the A-Team.
Or yeah, maybe I'll start watching the A-Team again. Yeah, Billy, that's a good one, honestly. From Brian's son. But yeah, this was awesome. I had such a blast. Obviously, I think my team is the best, even though all of you were so jealous. You absolutely just piled on. That's all right. The rankings will show, and the votes will show. So, you know, whoever I have to face off with, good luck. Is all I gotta say. And,
so the voting, just so everyone knows, it'll be me versus Ryan, of course.
naturally.
Round 1, and then David versus Phil, and then the winner will go against each other. David, time's yours.
Follow these guys. Check out Trending in the AM. I actually watched y'all's little segment together. I don't know how long y'all were on there today, but I watched about 20 minutes of it between you and Phil Dibes. That was pretty interesting. It's mainly a lot of Sixers talk, but I enjoyed watching it. Normally I start work at that time, but today I had a little extra time because I was making my list like Ryan was. Also, I released something yesterday. It was a conversation with Mark McMillan. He's going to be in the area in the next couple of weeks. Go check him out. He's making like 3 appearances in Lancaster area. He's got a foundation for bullied children that is really close to his heart, and all the proceeds are going to that. Say what?
Where?
It's in Lancaster. It's going to be at that stadium out there, the
Barnstormers?
Barnstormer Stadium. Yep.
He lives out there. So.
That's where his football camp's going to be. And the day before, he's going to be at a brewery. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but he'll be serving food using his grilling McMillan spices and all that stuff. And then in a couple of weeks, yesterday, I had a conversation with Nolan Carroll. So I'm going to do another. I'm trying to stick to my little cornerback theme of players in the past, since we might actually have some good ones on the team now. I'm just trying to get some insight into that. So, but go follow all these guys, man. Everybody's putting out great stuff, and vote for my Any Given Sunday team.
Yeah, message me about that because I'm in Lancaster. Like Barnstormers is like literally 5 minutes from where I live.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
Yeah, that's awesome. Quinn messages anyone
One
pick.
pick, baby.
He was my number one pick in the
Yeah,
draft.
first overall.
Overall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Q. You should have been here, Q.
So be on the lookout. We'll throw all these squads for voting. It's going to be really fun. Next week is going to be a blast. We are doing the same kind of thing, but we're like draft wise, but we're doing the worst Eagles players of all time. Draft pick, player, free agency signing, you name it. It's going to be a straight shit show. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Tony Danza again.
What's that?
I'm just joking.
So we'll be back Tuesday night at 8. One last time, he is Phil Stifle at Beard and Knowledge. Be sure to check out Trending in the AM tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Always an amazing show. He is David at PHL Eagle News. Ryan at Philly Sports PSA. For Phil, for David, for Ryan, for myself, stay awesome, everyone.